Good morning, or good afternoon, depending where you're watching from. Welcome to my Saturday morning, actually an early one today, doing a quick Periscope broadcast. And I may do one later on today about this too, because it's a topic that's starting to come up more clearly for me. So if you're joining me, thanks for coming in. Thanks for joining me. If you're just joining in this scope, first time being here, please make sure you're following me. This is my daily love scope. My name is Barry Selby. I am known as the Love Doctor, relationship coach, #1 best-selling author, teacher, and guide, and passionate devotee about relationships. Sorry, I'm realizing those ornaments behind me look like earrings. It's like, no, that's too weird. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to talk for a little bit because I've got an online commitment in about 25 minutes, but I want to at least get on here and talk about this topic because it's come up a few times in conversations. And I'm still trying to figure out the right title. I might change the title for the next one. But it's about the cost of love, and I don't mean necessarily monetarily, but I'm going to talk to both in a moment. So if you're here, thanks for joining me, and please share this on your to Twitter and also to your friends on Periscope, because this could become a good conversation, especially if you're involved. And I did for the entertainment level, well, for the invitation level, put a link in my profile, which is my tip jar. If you feel like adding to my tip jar, I don't mind that at all. That's in the title of my scope. But what I want to speak to is this. Well, first let you know who I am. My name is Barry Selby, and I am known as the Love Doctor. I am a #1 best-selling author. 50 Ways to Love Your Lover is my book. You can find that on my website, which is barryselby.com. All right, and that's where the book is, barryselby.com/book. Okay, that's the formalities out the way. From Florida, nice to have you here, Connie. So this one I want to speak to. It's really two pieces, and it's come up a lot recently because I've been watching some painful experiences, to be honest. I've been watching some people, I'm trying to say how to say this in a polite way, so please bear with me as I try to break this down and explain it as it's really coming through and downloading, as it were. I've been watching some people go through pretty messy relationships, let's put it simply. And what I've been noticing in particular is the fact they don't seem to learn. The people involved I've been watching have chosen, like, oh, let's go on a new date, and they have this, and I appreciate have this high regard or this fingers crossed experience for a relationship where they've broken up with somebody, had a time of mourning, or at least of stuffing the emotions, because sometimes it's done very quickly, and they haven't actually healed what's inside, and they go on a new date, and they're having this raised expression of what's going to happen without seeing the reality where it is. And it's done repeatedly. I've seen so many people do it. I'm like, I want to grab them by the shoulder and say, don't do it. Take time to be with yourself first. Take time to actually heal the pain inside rather than stuffing it with somebody else's emotional availability. So two things I want to speak to primarily is, one is the emotional price, the emotional suffering, the emotional pain. And actually it's three things now. Maybe four by the time I finish, but it's three things. One is the emotional pain and suffering. The second one is the amount of time that's used up by exploring new dates and experiments without any vision, focus, or clarity. And 2 years later going, oh, I did the same thing again, rather than fixing it. Third thing, of course, is financial. And this come up because I've watched a lot of friends of mine and people I know, not just friends, on the online dating sites, or even watch really, frankly, okay, I need to say this, and it's going to upset some people I know who do this, matchmakers. I have friends of mine who are matchmakers, and friends of mine, one of them, in fact, endorsed my own book, so I know these people well. But some people choose matchmakers thinking if they throw enough money at it, especially if they throw enough money at a database maybe, or a person who can search better than they can, they'll find the right one. And again, it's the external. Let me pay somebody $5,000, $15,000, $50,000 even, to find me the right match, because they know better than I do what I want. That's the logic, and it's insane. It almost pisses me off, to be honest. It's like, why do you do such unintelligent things? It's this angst. Because for a start, I'll tell you about one of the things I've offered in my program. Hi, Julian, nice to have you here. The frustration is because I see them, first of all, not trusting their own intuition. Secondly, they're not doing the work, as I mentioned earlier, to heal what's inside. So they're looking from a wounded place for what they want out there, and hoping what's going to be out there, their partner, will bring to them the amazing healing first aid kit to heal their heart, which is not going to happen. It will cover up what's happening, but the true way of healing what's inside is done by the person who's inside, which is you. I don't know if that sounds so crazy or not, but it's the truth. So I want to try and get these things across now, and I'm probably going to break it down exactly. Trying to love yourself first, but it also means that you've got to love the parts that hurt. Roxy, you got it exactly right. Yeah, no healthy relationship unless you're healthy. It's true. But maybe it's the people who aren't watching this scope who need to see this, because you guys know what's going on, which I appreciate. But this is the piece that I'm frustrated with. And maybe it's because I wish that the program I created was in the hands of every single woman out there. Thank you, Julie. I wish that my program was in the hands. I have an online program in a workbook form, which is a download, and as a coaching version called The Dating Advantage. And I should probably rename it, because it's really about how to manifest your perfect relationship the right way, sort of, kind of. But it really would replace the matchmaker format, because what it does is it allows you as the woman, because it's for the women, sorry guys, it's for the women, I haven't done a men's version yet, to first of all get clear about what you really do want, deepest heart's desire, to create that list first of all, then a vision of it, and then you walk through the vision into the reality. Excuse me, it's eight steps to get there. But nobody out there does that. So I wish that my program was in everybody's hands. Of course, it'd be nice if they paid for it. I don't want to give it away, but that's the piece. And so that's a large part of the puzzle. But the other piece, which I talked to a little bit earlier, is it's hard to have a vision out there when you're blocked by your own tears and woundedness inside. And it's like, and this is the thing I'm having, the challenge myself, so I'm putting out there saying to you, being a coach and being a teacher and being a guide in this area, I charge for my services. I almost wish I could give it away, because part of me feels like, if only I didn't get them. But the thing what I'm getting, and one of my coaches told me this, is that clients, you've been blocked, no more of that, good. I think you mean about blocked to love, I hope so, because I'm not sure if you mean blocked to my scopes or what that was. So it's like trying to explain this clearly, like getting the words out. The dichotomy is people want solutions. Oh, blocked by love. Good, but I'm glad you unblocked that. That's a powerful piece. It's funny, because usually it comes so much easier, but I'm definitely, if a man does not respond back to email, he doesn't respect you. That depends. Because here's what I would say. If you leave a voicemail, that's different, because emails don't always get through physically. That's a data type thing, technology type thing. And secondly, you can always follow up with a phone call or a text saying, "Did you get my email? And if you did, please respond." So you can follow up. Sometimes they get distracted. To be honest, I have a massive inbox on my email. So a lot of times I miss email. Not a lot of times, excuse me. I'm getting better at that. I do sometimes miss an email that I have to go back and look at and go, "Oh, it was there. I missed it." So that happens. It's human nature. We do miss things occasionally. So I'm going to hold that, just so you know. Back to the piece about heart healing. Oh yes, investment, and especially when it comes to heart healing. Social media hurts relationships. Well, it's funny. I was just reading an article this morning about the green-eyed monster loves social media, as in it's so easy to get jealous or have the fear of missing out when you watch somebody else's things on social media, especially your exes. So if you're using social media to troll or stalk your ex, then it's not healthy. But social media is a good place to meet people. I mean, you're following me on Periscope. That's social media. So if you found me through this method versus through my website or through meeting me in person, then that's a benefit to social media. I've actually found some great connections through social media, and in fact met people in real life after meeting them on social media. So I wouldn't say that social media, like any tool, is neither good nor bad, positive or negative. It depends how you use it. That's what it comes back to. But I want to get this point out. This is about coaching, because I'm realizing that I've had this issue myself, honestly, about valuing my services. Because if I was coaching somebody in business, then I can probably work out with them like what their return on investment is going to be, how much money they're going to get back for working with me in their business, and how much growth they're going to have in their business. In health, it's going to be something like, well, I've helped you lose 50 pounds, how much is that worth? Those things make sense. But in the area of romance and love, when I help you heal your heart and own your well, for the women, your feminine power, so you attract an amazing relationship, how do you put a price on that? And I've had the challenge with my pricing of my coaching for that. And it's challenging. So love and money. There's this dance inside. And I've had to actually work through this myself because I had a whole history in my childhood about love and money don't go together because there was a block in there for me. So offering that service to you as a client, if you were working with me, is one, I realize that the greater your investment is in the coaching, not in me, but in the coaching, is the greater your commitment to your health and healing. And that's a powerful piece. So I'm realizing that the monetary piece is sometimes the investment of energetic. It's the energetic investment you have to get what you want. I'm realizing I'm just done. Look, I'm unpacking a lot of stuff into this scope, so I'm probably gonna do one later on today that'll break down on some pieces, I think. But I do want to do one quick plug, which is total selfish, because I've been doing periscopes a lot. There's 250 plus scopes on my Catch archive. My coaching includes spirituality. Yes, I do have a spiritual background, but I want to just let you know that I did on the front, and this is my jar. I have a tip jar on my title. If you feel free if you wish to, just to throw a few bucks in there. If it's a few bucks, a few $100, that's fine. It's paypal.me/barryselby, by the way. I certainly welcome, donations for my work. But the thing is, if you look at my website, which again is barryselby.com, I have a bunch of stuff on that's free, videos and audios, and a free video series. I'm actually going to revamp my site soon. It needs some changes. But I also have my coaching on there and my online programs. Again, for the ladies, there's 2 versions of an online program called the Dating Advantage Workbook or Home Study, and Dating Advantage with coaching. And I've put values on there, but sometimes those values, like what the price is, it's almost arbitrary, because I'm going, well, how does that rate? If I give you an 8-step program that brings to your soulmate, if you believe in that, or your twin flame, or your perfect partner that lasts for 20 years, is it worth $50, $500, $5,000, $50,000? I mean, what is it worth? It's so hard to tell. So it's interesting, I'm now speaking selfishly, as in for my site, to price things about intangibles, because that's what I'm doing. I'm attempting to price my programs and my things based upon something amorphous, So that's one reason I just set up the tip jar, because I'll just say, if you value what I said, feel free to donate something there, because I'm just saying, please. But the truth beyond that is, what do you feel your heart's worth? What do you feel the healing of your heart is worth? And what do you feel the creation of the vision and attraction, what you really want, is worth? As I said at the beginning, I see matchmakers charging $5,000, $15,000, $50,000. I live in Los Angeles, and you get that here in this town, of people spending that much money to find a mate. Now, usually it's the men spending the money, not the women. But it's an interesting thing that they're putting a what's what I'm looking for? It's a like merchandise almost, and that's really odd. So, but at the same time, my clients pay me to coach them in the area of love and relationships. So this is a dichotomy. But it's interesting because with the matchmaking stuff, you're paying for a product. You're paying for a commodity. You're paying for a result of a person being delivered to you. You're paying me to help you transform your life, which to me has long-term effects that's more powerful. Now, I'm biased, I admit, but that's what I'm feeling. I guess this actually, to be honest, you're watching the scopes helping me sort of download some things and explain some things. So I don't really have the clarity yet. I'm still sorting it out. I need to do another scope later on today about this. I've got an online meeting to be on in a few minutes, so I'm going to sign off soon. But if you have any questions or thoughts you can add to this conversation right now, I've got about 5 minutes before I need to sign off. So please throw some comments up or any thoughts you have, because as you can tell, I'm sort of squirming with this a bit. I mean, I have some definite views on it, but I also have some thoughts and uncertainties about this, which is triggering stuff for me. So I'm sort of reaching into the Periscope land to say, this is what I'm offering, this is what I believe in, this is what I think about it. Does this land for you? Do you have thoughts yourself? Does this trigger anything for you? And I know a lot of people can watch this on the replay, because a lot of people are not online yet this morning. It's only 10:30, I think, Pacific time. And on Saturdays, a lot of people are doing their own thing. But I trust, if you do get value, please direct message me over Twitter. Tongue-tied, that one. If you can't comment here, if you're watching the replay. Because this is something that I realize can be much deeper conversation. And yes, it's about my own work and what I deliver in the world, but also it's good to get a sense of where you are, and as an audience, how you've been valuing it. Okay, you'll be rescoping. Thank you, Julie. I appreciate that. Yeah. So, and if you feel like donating, again, the link's in my title for my scope, and it's also, I just flashed it on the screen a couple of times, which is paypal.me/barryselby, if you want to just donate something to my tip jar, which I totally welcome. Yeah, I'm sitting this one now, and it's just, hi, good to have you here. It's one of those conversations that I'm feeling a bit, not conflicted, but not yet clear on. So I'm probably going to come back and do a scope later on today just to air some more thoughts, because I do a lot of stuff running around in here. Periscope helps me work things out. So that's what I didn't say. So thanks for joining me. I think I'm going to sign off now because there's not any other comments about this topic. I'll be back later on today. All right. Need to ask your kid how to use Twitter. I understand. Twitter's actually, I've been using Twitter for years, and I still have had to figure out how to use direct message a couple of times because it wasn't showing obviously on the screen, because the screen wasn't laid out logically the way I think. So I understand, Julie. It can be strange that way. Well, I appreciate it. You can also message me on my website. If you go to my website, barryselby.com, there is a contact. It's on the far right-hand side of the menu bar, I think. This is contact. You can just click on that and just send a message that way too. So there's an option for you, Julie. And that's it. So I'm going to sign off. I'll be back on again later on today. I've got another couple of online meetings to be on in a couple of minutes. I need to get off for those. And I will see you later. Again, thoughts, ideas about the value of relationship and the value of healing your heart to attract the right relationship. And again, appreciate any tip jar donations too. Okay? It's an interesting day today, isn't it? Okay, I will see you later. Signing off. Bye.